This week on the Spotlight, we talked to Jimmy Butler. He did his best, but he could not overcome the Boston Celtics. Fred Hoiberg also is a subject, and he talks about the intense series with Boston. And then we have our finale trivia 2016 championship match. And then we have welcome Mitchell Trubisky, Bears' top new quarterback. Good luck in your career. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to the Ballpark Pub for my trivia. Alternate Mondays at 8 p.m. The next one, May 15th. Come eat, drink, play, and win. Great food, great everything. 514 West Pershing Road. I'll be looking for you on May 15th. You've got to get to the Sock. Live Benkowski Trivia. Alternate Thursdays, 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. So the Bulls are out of the playoffs, and a very strange, informal scene takes place on the court as people start taking their shots. I don't even know. Anyway, it's disappointing in the sense that the Bulls had this series lead with 2 wins on the road and could not sustain. Clearly, Rajon Rondo's effect on this team was gigantic, and it's been echoed by everybody from the coach on down. In fact, let's just get to it right away. We'll start with Jimmy Butler, in fact, because Jimmy answers my question and everybody's questions, and you could sense his sadness and the fact that he wasn't 100%, certainly in this final game where he had a kind of I would call it a quiet 23. But this game was lost early on, and it leaves you with a melancholy feeling in the offseason because you think about what could have happened had the Bulls won one of those home games. Let's go to Jimmy. Jimmy, Pat Benkowski, Sports Spotlight. You guys defensively had some lapses in these games, and I know Rondo's absence was a big part of it. Was that the biggest part of it, or were there other things?
No, it wasn't. A lot of mishaps, a lot of switches when we weren't supposed to switch. Not a lot of not closing out, playing to people's weaknesses. We didn't do that very well, and leads to what happened. And a lot of open shots. They're a good team. They make those. So in the end, we gotta guard better, a little bit more effort, and focus in on the personnel who will guard.
Jimmy, you'll have a lot of time to reflect on all this, but how would you sum up the series, and if you can, how would you sum up the season?
We lost the series, so that sums that up. And, the season, I guess we did better than y'all picked us to finish. Sum it up that way.
Jimmy, Casey Johnson, Chicago Tribune. It's been pretty well documented that you've been in trade talks in the past. It's also been well documented you prefer to stay here in Chicago. What kind of clarity, if any, will you be seeking from management this summer about your future?
I don't know. I'm gonna go home, eat some dinner, talk about it with my guys, and to him tomorrow, in a week, 2 weeks. I'll make sure you're the first person I let know.
You do still want to obviously be here, correct?
Jimmy, playing with Dwayne, playing with Rajon, and the ups and downs this team had, the young guys. I mean, do you think this team is close? Do you think there still needs to be more things added? I mean, when you look at where you guys are, 41 and 41, and that, that's the standings. But how close do you think you are to getting this thing over the hump and challenging Cleveland if they are truly the team to beat?
I feel like we might be. I really can't answer that for you. That's whatever, upstairs feels we need, what we don't need. That's up to them. I think as a player, myself and everybody else back there in that locker room, we just got to go out there and play. The guys that they put together, we got to do the best that we can to win games and represent for this organization.
Jimmy, Mike McGraw, Daily Herald. Do you obviously you guys rode the young guys a lot this season. Do you feel optimistic about how those guys fared this year?
Yeah, those guys, they work, and you every day is something new to a lot of guys. Obviously a lot of the roles changed and the lineups changed, but props to them because they were always ready. And it's hard to stay ready like that when you don't know when your name's going to be called. But I got a lot of faith in those young guys, man. They work, they listen, they don't complain, they do what you ask of them to do. That's all you can expect out of young guys.
Jimmy, Nick Friedel, ESPN. Assuming you are back, Dwayne has the player option. He picks that up. Are you hopeful that Garmpax pick up Rondo's option for next season?
Of course. He's been huge for us this year, man. Molding these young guys into the type of player that they need to be on that basketball floor, in that film room, around everybody. And obviously, the way he plays the game, getting everybody involved. Yeah, love playing with him and D-Wade, all these other guys. But I don't know what the future holds for anybody, so I'll sit back and wait on that time to come.
Jimmy, obviously you and Dwayne got pretty close this season, and you were instrumental in him coming here. It's his choice whether or not he wants to return. How much will you be involved in talking to him and expressing whatever you want to say about his future?
I mean, when that time comes, I'm sure that we will sit down and talk about it. But right now, man, I think you got to rest your mind mentally, and it's a long way away, to tell you the truth, and I'm sure he would tell you the same thing. But when that time comes, yeah, I'm going to sit down and talk to him, probably face-to-face, and see where his mind at, obviously where mine is, and when that time comes, I will let you know again.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212.
Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Desplaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furlan DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July
Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage.
Southwest Siders, I got good news. I'm coming back to McKell's. Trivia returns Wednesday, May 10th at 7:30 p.m. And that's right over by there, 3259 West 111th Street in Mount Greenwood. I'm looking forward to doing a show with you. I'll see you at McKell's May 10th. We're back on the spotlight. We're talking Bulls basketball. And Fred Hoiberg seemed to have things on track. The way the Bulls finished strong to make the playoffs at all. And then win a couple of road games at Boston from the number 1 seed. You were thinking, wow, look what's going on here. But some of it had to do with the hangover that the Celtics had for their saddened player, Isaiah Thomas, of course, whose sister passed away. And the Celtics, to their credit, pretty much snapped out of it. And that coincided with the injury to Rajon Rondo. Those two giant things happening proved to be deadly for the Bulls as they lost the last 4 games. And Boston closes it out in 6 here. Hoiberg analyzes it pretty succinctly and wasn't talking about the refs at all in this go-round.
You know, obviously, very disappointing way for it to end. You know, the one thing I did talk to him is, you know, how proud I am of him for finding a way to pull together and play our best basketball at the end of the season when it mattered most to get us into the postseason. You know, the other thing we talked about was, you know, how important those games in December, in January are, so you're not in this position to where you have home court. You know, it's obviously a different scenario, different situation when that happens. You know, but I did praise them about how well we played down the stretch, you know, especially when we were at full strength. Obviously got off to a great start in the series, but couldn't finish it off. So, you know, we'll get together again tomorrow, meet individually with each of the players, and lay out some expectations for the summer.
Fred, Joe College, Chicago sometimes. I mean, it's easy to just look at the series and say, you know, up 2-0, Rondo goes down, series goes out the window. Was there more to it, though, than just that was going on these last 4 games? I mean, it just seemed Jimmy's injury and just defensive breakdowns and everything that we saw were lows during the regular season kind of showed itself these last 4 games.
Yeah, you know, big thing about that, Joe, was, you know, we got off to poor starts in pretty much every game after the first 2. You know, we found a way to bounce back and make it close, and then took a lead into the half in those 2 wins. You know, it's something where, you know, obviously if you get off to a poor start, you're climbing uphill, you're expending a lot of energy. You know, turnovers were an issue in this series, and they turned around, you know, the physical battle where they got us in the glass. And, you know, after the first 2 games where we dominated in that category, that cost us.
Coach Pat Benkowski, I want to ask you about contrasting the playoff series versus the regular season. Was this a different looking Celtic team to you, or was it the same club?
No, not at all. They're a very skilled basketball team with 5 players out on the floor that can make a play and make a shot. You know, it's a tough team to guard with the actions they run with all those skilled players. So no, it's the same team. You know, that we knew they were in the regular season. You know, and they showed why they're 1 seed. And you know, again, we got off to a great start in the series, obviously, but couldn't finish off the deal.
Fred, Nick Friedel, ESPN. Are you hopeful that Garam Pax pick up Rondo's option this summer?
Well, you know, Nick, obviously we played great basketball with Rajon, you know, towards the end of the season. You know, I think, you know, with the exception of the New York game, was the game that he got hurt. That's the game he tore the ligament in the wrist. Didn't play the last quarter and a half. And then the Brooklyn game that we lost. You know, other than that, we won every game down the stretch. And obviously the 2 games he was healthy in the first round of the playoffs, we won those with Rondo healthy. So. Yeah, he was terrific. He was great. You know, the highs and lows that we had this season, he found a way to continue to battle through that, and again play his best basketball when it mattered most. I love Rondo. I love coaching him. I love everything about the kid. He just he was so good to have out there on the floor. And when we put him back in the starting lineup, with Nico, with Jimmy, we got a lot accomplished. We played an exciting style of basketball, a fun style of basketball to watch, a fun style of basketball to coach, and Rajon was responsible for a lot of that.
Fred, Vince Goodwill, CS in Chicago. Did you see any correlation between the Celtics' physicality affecting you guys mentally as the game wore on, that they sort of took the fight out of you in a big picture standpoint?
Well, again, Vince, it was just we got off to such a poor start. The game, second quarter and obviously in the third quarter where they put the game away. And again, we talked about a lot of things coming out of halftime. About climbing back in the game, which we had done. The first two times that we played in this building. They buried us coming out in the third quarter, and it's unfortunate that we couldn't find a way to climb back.
Fred, Joe Kelly again. Late in the game, obviously the fans were angry, upset, or whatever. There were chants of fire Hoiberg. Do you hear that stuff? And secondly, do you understand the frustration that Bulls fans were feeling throughout this season? I mean, at times this team played really well, and at times it looked like it was below expectations.
Sure, I understand the frustration. It was a frustrating game. There's no doubt about that. To go out this way, and again, the high note to start this series, the way we got off to a 2-0 lead, and we couldn't finish it off. And again, I thought we fought and battled, especially in the Game 5 in Boston. We didn't have it tonight. So yeah, I do understand.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Ulsan, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You've got to get to the Sock Live Bidkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. The Wise Owl has great stuff. Pizzas, pork sliders, Cuban, carrot soup, elote, burgers, and my trivia, Monday, May 8th at 8 p.m. Great cocktails and bartenders. It's easily reached at Van Buren and Racine. They got a nice parking lot. Get to the Wise Owl. I'll see you over by there. Was 60s movies. 4 answers required for 3,000. Question number 1. In 1969, John Wayne won the big trophy. For which film? True Grit is correct. Question number 2. You have a choice of either guy who was nominated 4 times in the 60s for Best Actor and won zilch. Five seconds. Going.
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton is correct. Peter O'Toole was the other. And now,
for 3,000. I really love Jack Lemmon playing Felix, but that was later. He was nominated twice in the 60s, did not win. Name the two films.
The Apartment.
Yes.
Days of Wine and Roses.
Days of Wine and Roses is correct. And J&B goes to 4-4-4-0. And so the game is in the hands of the Shy Sharks. You need 3. The category is exact responses in the correct number of words to the lyric I deliver on these Beatles songs. We start with, your answer will be exactly 6 words. Ready? Oh, funny, you mentioned singing earlier. She's got the devil in her heart. No, no, this I can't believe. She's gonna tell you how to part. Five seconds. No, no, nay, will she deceive. No, no, nay, will she deceive. I said the next lyric. I needed the next lyric. I said your response will be the exact next lyric. Okay, 2 more tries. See how high you can finish. All right, we continue. 7-word answer. In an octopus's garden near a cave, we would sing and dance around. Five seconds. Going. So sorry, it's because we know we can't be found. And finally, I'll give you 11 words and you give me 12 words. Imagine I'm in love with you. It's easy and I know.
Imagine I'm in love with you many, many times before.
That's correct. So you got the toughest one. The Sharks to 22-60. All the dust has settled. And the winners tonight, J&B. J&B with their 60s movie knowledge. The champions for 2016. Honorable mention to the Stooges, Shy Sharks, Night Out, The Sock, The Bar, The Illegal Aliens. Look at Llama Farm, over 3,000 points. And The Incredibles. Man, oh man, I mean, with all due respect, J&B, the shocking story of the night is Llama Farm taking second. That is a sweet shocker. But anyway, it was well played throughout. Prizes coming to your individual places. How about a big cheer for the staff and crew here at Jack's? And please reflect it in your final square-ups, because they are a great crew. Not only are they good looking, but they're smart and fast with your food and drink. All right, we'll see you at your individual sites. Thanks for playing. I love you like cousins. You've got to get to Jack's, 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. Trivia every Tuesday at 7 p.m. A very intense competitive game. Any of half a dozen teams can win. My game show at Oliver's gets better and better. At 6100 West 159th Street in Oak Forest. Live trivia alternate Thursdays at 7 p.m. Have great food, great drink, and great trivia at Oliver's. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. Speaking of great, you got to get to McKell's. My trivia game returns Wednesday, May 10th, 7:30 p.m., 3259 West 111th Street in Mount Greenwood. Fun times. You will enjoy yourself. Have a cocktail. See you at McKell's. Yes. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. 1992 NBA Finals, the Bulls KO'd Portland and saw action at the stadium with Michael Jordan a dominant factor. First quarter hero, though, with a little help and a wacky pass from Michael Jordan, was Horace Grant, who already had 11. The Bulls would go up by 9 at the half, thanks to intense defense by Scott Williams and the jump shooting of Jordan, who was hot again. But a big second half comeback by Portland was led by Kevin Duckworth with the left hand. They were just down by 3. But the Bulls went on a 12-3 run. Bobby Hansen's three-pointer put the Blazers in trouble again. Cliff Robinson, tough inside, helped Bill Cartwright foul out midway through the fourth. But watch Horace Grant. And he, with the rejection, embarrasses Kevin Duckworth. And it must have been even more demoralizing to see Stacey King with the hook and the Bulls go on to win handily. Harold Baines was on our show, and it's hard to get him to talk. 1 hour in Blue Island. Ironically, Bainesy blasted White Sox management for jacking around Kenny Williams and sending him to the minors instead of letting him become a center fielder. Jay Hilgenberg represents 16 consecutive Bears we interviewed in late '88, most of them Super Bowl champions. Mike Ditka, greatly missed. He was tense at times, but also funny. But after 1992, not that much fun interviewing the Bears coach. The Bears, of course, had some playoff difficulties, but here against New Orleans, the fans got into the fun of pelting the Saints fans. In 1990, in overtime, Jim Harbaugh finds Neil Anderson in the slot position for a 60-yard game-winning score, and Neil talks about it.
He takes it on it, and it was a great throw from him, and all I had to do was catch it. So I had the easy part.
You know, we talked to Ron Rivera, and we asked Rivera if that was the biggest interception of his career. He said yes. How would this rank among your receptions in your career?
Oh, it's got to be big. I don't know if it's the biggest, but it's a great. Anytime you can be in overtime and come out with the play that wins the ball game, you got to be happy about it.
Hi, I'm Jenny Dobrovolsky from the Chicago White Sox, Manager of Park Operations Administration. Congratulations, Pat Benkowski, on your 1,000th show.
It's actually 15:05. You've been watching the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. Perfect Pitch located at 108th and Kedzie. Take your vehicles there for great repairs. This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.